Well, I'm leaving town tomorrow for a couple days, and I'm afraid to leave Eddie to his own devices with meals because all that happens is a lot of cereal and milk gets eaten, which I guess is fine. But I like to leave him with something kind of good. So I'm going to make one of his favorites, which is chicken rice-a-roni with extra chicken in it and with cheese. So here are my ingredients. I have the chicken rice-a-roni. I have some leftover cheese I just pulled out of the freezer, some shredded, and I have 3 frozen chicken thighs. So I broke up my chicken thighs and put them in a crock pot. There they are. Put about a cup of water, 8 ounces or so, in there and turned it on high. And I'll be back when they have cooked and are ready to shred, I'd say 3 to 4 hours. All right, it's been about 4 hours. I have my chicken sitting here in liquid. I'm going to take the chicken out and shred it and see how much liquid I have left over in the crock pot. Well, the chicken's all shredded. I'm going to set that aside. I had about 2.5 cups of broth in the crock pot after I cooked the chicken. So I just added this is a family size rice-a-roni, and it calls for 5 cups of water or 5 cups of liquid. So I had 2.5 cups of the broth. So I added about 2.5 cups more of water to make that a full 5 cups. I have 4 cups here and then some more water here. So I'm going to put this in the rice cooker, and you can cook it on the stove top, of course, whatever you want to do. But I have a rice cooker, so I'm going to use that and get that going. Okay, the rice is done in the rice cooker, and as I mentioned earlier, you can do this on the stove top too, but I like to use my rice cooker. The chicken broth that we added gives it a really nice aroma. So I'm going to take the rest of the chicken here, the chicken that I shredded, and just stick it in there and mix it all in. Get that out of the way. Just make sure the chicken is completely mixed up with the rice. And when this is mixed up, I'm going to go ahead and put it in my casserole dish for later. You could definitely serve it right now, put some cheese on top, but I don't think Eddie's going to be eating for a little while longer, so I'm just going to get it ready in the casserole dish and then put it in the oven. All right, here's the casserole. The Rice-A-Roni I used was like a family size, so it's twice as much Rice-A-Roni mix as regular Rice-A-Roni, so it'll be good for a couple of days here, maybe 2 or 3 days for dinners for Eddie while I'm gone. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get my cheese and just start sprinkling that on top. Easier said than done. I'm going to have to use my hands clumping up. All right. Sometimes you just got to go manual. There you go. And you can use as much or as little cheese as you want. Eddie really likes a lot of cheese, so I put a lot of cheese on it. I've also actually melted Velveeta on top of this too once when I didn't have any grated cheese, so it's really up to you. Just kind of holds it together and makes it that much more filling. So if you're trying to feed a couple people or one person or somebody that needs really filling food, this is definitely a great dish for that. You have a lot of fats. You have your chicken, you have your cheese, and you also have your rice-a-roni. I'm going to put the last of this on top, and then when Eddie's ready to eat dinner, about 20 minutes before, I'm going to put the whole thing in the oven and get the cheese all nice and melty for him. Then after that, he can go ahead and microwave it for the next couple of days. Here's what it looks like. It was in the oven for about 20 minutes or so. The cheese got all nice and browned, and I'm going to scoop them up in a bowl, and Eddie's going to give it a try. So I just brought the casserole to Eddie, and he's going to give it a try here and let me know what he thinks.
Didn't you hate it when people watch you eat? That's very good.
You like it?
No, it's very, very good.
All right. Well, thank you so much for testing that for me, and you got some dinner here for the next day or two when I'm gone.
All right on.
All right. So there you have it, the 3-ingredient chicken cheese rice casserole. I think the whole thing cost about maybe $6. The rice-a-roni was, I think $1.68. I used about $2 worth of chicken. That puts us at like $3-4, and then maybe $1 or $2 of cheese, depending on where you buy your cheese and how much you put on. Making our own chicken broth, I think, help with the flavor. However, you don't have to be tied to raw chicken. If you have leftover baked chicken or leftover rotisserie chicken or something like that, you can throw that in there too. When you use the double boxes I did, there is a lot of casserole there, so it's kind of nice for a family or if you're doing a potluck. Anyway, happy cooking, and thank you for watching.